Share the live, share the live. Share the live, share the live. Share the live, my good people. It's your boy, the DJ, again, coming at you this time from St. Paul's Village, home of the maximum leader, Dr. Douglas. Now, Dr. Douglas spent some 20 years as Prime Minister. And what did we get here in the St. Paul's area from Dr. Douglas? Many promises. So, I'm coming to you live today to show you what left of our police station here in St. Paul's. Campaign after campaign, Dr. Douglas promises to build brand new police station in this village. I think for those of you who live in the area would know that instead there was a police station built in Dieppe. And I could say for more than 20 years this police station has been closed down with promises after promises to rebuild a police station here in St. Paul's. So this is what left of the St. Paul's police station here in the St. Paul's area. And my good people, I got some news for you, I got some news for you. This police station back in the 70s, while I was living here in St. Paul's, there was a gentleman in charge of this police station back in the day that used to live in the living quarters here right next to the police station with his family. A gentleman by the name of Corporal Joe. He lived here with his wife and kids, Ethne and Sandra and them. As a matter of fact, Ethne and I was in class here at the St. Paul's Primary School, down Churchgut. So this is what left of that living quarters. Believe it or not, yes, this was a family home back in the days. This is what left of that home of Corporal Joe, which was supposed to be part of the police station here in St. Paul's. My good people, I'm going to take a couple loop around St. Paul's and show you some of the dilapidated state that Dr. Douglas have left here for us in St. Paul's. He has been representing us for more than 30 plus years. And these are simple things that he passed on a daily basis whenever he passed you, because he loved to drive to the back where nobody can see him. So I know he passed these things on his way going to the back. So he should be concerned that this is what we have gotten out of Dr. Douglas. Right? This dilapidated police station. And if we look on the other side, look at the condition of one of the newest health centers. And the community centers. This is the community center here. Let's take a look at it. Maybe all you need is some paint to spooks it up. I do not know what's going on in the interior, but you can look at it. This is our community center that was built not long ago. So, I'm going to take you on the journey here to St. Paul's with me. And right opposite the police station here is what they call the Butcher Memorial. Gladys in upon you, you're too sexy to be on this, Gladys. You're too sexy to be on this. This is the where they have the statue here of Bratcher, our first premier from this area, first national hero as well. So, like I said, I'm going to just make a quick run around. You folks has been calling and asking me questions, so I bring it to you and you can see for yourself. So you don't have to ask me any questions once you have the facts for yourself. Like I said, this is the police station that I know, and this police station has been abandoned some 20 years now under Dr. Douglas. So there's no police station in St. Paul's. You have to go to either Sandy Point or Deer Bay if you want to find a police. Right? Those are the facts. That is nothing that is made up by the DJ. These are facts. So for those of you who continue to out in the diaspora who have not been back and who don't understand what's going on here and want to clap for them, first get the facts before you clap for them. They collect a monthly salary, yes, but do they deserve it? That is up to you, the people, on election day. The DJ is just bringing to you the information that you are asking for. So, as we run around here, I'll give you a quick view of the situation here in St. Paul's, my hometown, my village. So yes, this is the entrance to St. Paul's, and I'm going to stop here and bring you a little view of the Bratcher statue. And right across from the Bratcher statue, you would see the playing field where some time ago there was a wall falling down that I brought to your attention. I was well told off about that wall by my cousin there, Senator Clark. She eventually came back and thanked me for raising the matter as the wall is now repaired. So, this is the Bratcher Memorial Park here. According to folks that knows Bratcher well, they said that right hand should not be up because he had a problem with that hand. He normally raised his left hand. I knew of Bratcher from in school. He would visit us dressed in his military gear, his khaki pants with his little bayonet on his side. I never seen him lift any of his hands, so I'm not sure. But yes, they said that right hand wasn't able to lift. In reality, it was his left hand that he used. But while we're here at it, let's take a little scope over here at the play field. I want to say a good morning to my boy here, Premier Brantley. Brother Brantley, I see some of your families here grazing in St. Paul's. So I can tell you that they might not plant food on these lands, but they are not barren. This is our new recreation ground. And there are some of your families here grazing. Lovely family members. So we're going to take a quick walk down the road here that I can show you the completion of that wall that I had brought to the Dr. Joel Labor Administration via this podcast back in 2022. I was told by my cousin, Senator Clark, not to call Douglas' name when I reported the situation. But I can say to you that the wall have since been repaired somewhat. But I'm going to show you how smart they are, because I spoke to them about the way they fixed the front of the wall. What happened to the sides? And the great engineers did not listen to me. But you see that crack? Let me zoom in. You see that crack in that wall? Not too far from now. All it will take is a couple shower of rain and this wall will be undermined again and start falling again. So if any of you online has the contact for Dr. Douglas and Senator Clark, let them know that yes, they did the repair of the wall to the front, but as I explained to them, the job was not done properly and the issue will continue. It was a quick fix, but they got to do better than this. So I would suggest that they send the SOCA engineer, my brother there, Canvas Maynard, back over to this area, that they can see that the wallway was leading into the street was replaced, and I give them enough respect for that, because that immediate danger has been resolved. But if they don't fix the connectivity on the sides of where this wall was erected, we're going to be back to square one. So my good people, again, I don't create news. I don't make news. The DJ just bring you the news as it appears. So on this side, similarly, I spoke to them about the connectivity of the wall to the old area. See again on this side, as I zoom in, you can see the cracks. So it's only a matter of time. After a couple shower of rain, the weight of this wall will take itself back in the street. So these engineers that we have here in St. Kitts, and there are some very good engineers, that's for sure. But they must also take advice. And when I speak to them, some of them would say, you all think you all went to America and come back, you all know everything. But we don't know everything, but we are good at what we do. So this wall, as I said, I appreciate them taking down the old wall that was falling and put up this new one. But the connectivity on this side, they need to not patch the wall, but they should have taken down the entire wall and bring a brand new wall from in front, from the sides, and make a good connection. They did not do that. So as a result of that, couple good shower of rain, and that will be it for this wall. Yes, the DJ is here just taking a stroll to St. Paul's as my phone is ringing off the hook all hour of the night and the morning, wants information. My good people, tomorrow evening, Wednesday, 12th July, we'll be getting a lot more updates, but I decided to just give a quick view of certain things in the area of St. Paul's here. So I invite you to stroll with me as we bring you some updates and what's going on here. Millions of dollars went to this country. Millions of dollars went to this country. But the citizens, what are the benefits to the citizens? What are the benefits to the country? So, as I get back here at the Bachelor Memorial Park, I will move into the next direction. Yes, we're back here at the Bachelor Memorial Park. This is where we would say the entrance of St. Paul's. So I'll be hitting a bit deeper into constituency 6. some people are afraid of the camera in this village, especially when they see the DJ. They figure the DJ is broadcasting things. And they don't want to become no superstar. But the DJ gonna do his thing. I have chosen to take up the responsibility to keep the general public informed, and that I will do. You all know I don't do things halfway. So, actually, you all see this green building? That is the old health center here in St. Kitts. That green building. That is the old health center that is now the Whitegate Project Office, the Whitegate Development Office, sorry. And that building right next to it, you see that building? That is where the origin of our AG is from. That's where his grandmother used to live while she was a nurse here at the health center. So his mother Dawn and her sister and his grandmother, this is where they lived back in the 70s. So when you hear me tell the AG that he's a St. Paul's man, this is where the AG started, from humble beginnings, before his father took him into Bastille. So that's the old health center there. That is now the Whitegate Development Corporation. And this is where the AG and his family once lived before he ended up in Bastille. So, as I continue to the St. Paul's area here, my favorite place in St. Kitts. Taking a lovely drive through my village in the old Baptist church. Now taking over by the understand. So as we come around the corner here by the bridge, remember this bridge back in the 2022 campaign was a war. They painted orange and red back and forth. So this is the bridge. Since 2022 the bridge is falling apart. They were fighting to paint it, but even the bridge falling apart, nobody come out to fix it. Right? Every 5 years they find time for the Federation to do work, find time for the people. So better days, school shop, that's the old water dam there. Yes. So my people coming to St. Paul's. Now, as you can see, this is where Dr. Douglas' originality was as well. Back then it was just a hookup house. One of those old CHA houses have since been built up into wall. But I don't know how much days he spent here. This is where his father used to be living, in that hookup house as a tailor. He used to supply pants for school. And anybody remember Jojo? This used to be Jojo, the baker shop. So this is what the remnants, this is where Prince and them used to live on Barry, where they make the black pudding. So yes, I got a few calls asking me about Whitegate. Asking me about Whitegate and the Whitegate project. So that is what gave me the reason to be at the meeting today. Because folks talking about destiny and about the Whitegate project. So right on this road, from this road back, they got the now new St. Paul's Primary School. Drive going, and I'll take the right side, and then I'll come back and take the left side to the Seaside to see. But from this area onwards is what considered to be Whitegate. So doing right. So that was either side of this road, which would come back on my way back, I will give you a little rundown on the lower side of the Petition Hill here. But that's the road to Petition Hill. We're not doing Petition Hill today. We're going to focus on Whitegate. So consider all of this as part of Whitegate. I think a lot have changed since Douglas made that announcement.
This is where Whitegate area ends as we enter Gibbon. This is Gibbons here. Yes, this is Whitegate area ends. So I'm going to go back and give you a view from the seaside. I just gave you a view from the mountain side. So let me give you a view from the seaside. See Mount Missouri ahead there. And my good people, this live is just for information purposes. You make up your mind what you want to do or not. Whether you want to be fooled about a Taj Hotel coming in the area to give you thousands of jobs. Right on the hill there is my boy, Brother Cooper's restaurant. I want to say good afternoon, good morning to Mr. Cooper. Hope all is well. So this is the Whitegate area, starting back here again, heading back from Deep Bay towards St. Paul's. So this is the seaside. As you can see, the sign over there says Deep Bay. So we're going to cruise back. Again, this area back in the 70s was what we call the coconut walk or the jelly walk. A lot of coconut trees. That's what this area used to be. Folks used to come here, get their coconuts and go around the country and sell. It was a public area. But what lived here is just bush. Ever since the Marriott came in and those hotels over at the Frigate Bay area, whatever disease that they brought in these trees die out, and they have not been able to replant. So, and the lower area here, this is the seaside here of the area here. And a good day from this angle, and you look on the coastline there, you will be able to see Statia, Sabre, St. Martin, St. Bart's, the mountains and stuff. Over there is a bit cloudy, so you're not going to see much of that today. I'll see if I can pick up Statia when I get around the corner. But all of this area is what is considered the White 8 area. According to Douglas, the big Taj Hotel was supposed to be here right after the election. 4 years later, all we see is a couple of weeks ago, there was a fire here that burned down these trees. But in terms of construction or anything else, I have not seen any movement. As a matter of fact, if I were to check Dr. Douglas' passport, I am pretty sure he spent more time out of the country than in since he's been elected in that position. So it's up to the people of St. Paul's or the area here, number 6, come next election, what they want to do. The DJ is not here to tell you all how to live your life. The DJ is just bringing information. The young people are crying out in the community. On a daily basis, they see me on the street and they want to have a conversation. And like I told them, you guys are 18. Exercise your rights. Make sure you register when the time comes. Make sure you elect a representative that will be looking out for your young people, because there are too many young people that are suffering while foreign investment are benefiting. So again, all of this is the White Gate area. I hope that this will answer the many questions that have been asked. I went across to Nevis twice and showed the area of the south side of Nevis with my brethren there. Livingston Williams, aka Stoneman, aka Stonewall. And since I did that, those broadcasts, folks asked me, what about the White Gate project and St. Kitts, where they plan to bring an SSC? Well, I can say to you, let Dougie come, we're waiting on him. We are waiting patiently on them. As I said, according to Dougie back in 22, some big Taj hotel will be coming here. This is an old well from back in the days. That is right here. I think there's another one in the back. So, people already start dumping garbage in the area here as well. Yeah, this is a very busy area in terms of traffic, vehicular traffic. There would have been several accidents over the years. Many people have lost their lives on this stretch of road. Some people use it as a drag strip at nights, on the weekend, which I totally against. So, since back in 2000, a lot have changed in terms of plans for this area, because this entire area was slated to be commercial with hotels and resorts and some great development according to Dougie. But they have since reclaimed some of the lands and have turned it into residential lots. And what I found out is that someone who got their lot and decided to build, I do not know what's going on with the planning board, but you will see where this house is right here. This is the first house that was built here. It was supposed to build lower down towards the sea, because between this road there's another road below, and they're supposed to be just trees planted straight across, but this particular house is built where those trees should be planted. So let me just take a little drive down here, and I can show you folks what we're dealing with now. If it wasn't for the fire, I would not be able to show you what I'm about to show you right now, because this entire place is full with trees all the way back to the sea. Now just imagine, this is the road. If you look at those lampposts all the way across, this is the road to get through this housing development. This is all those lampposts. Just follow the lampposts. This is the road to get you into this housing development. The Willets housing development here. Road are black with trees. This is the road here. No access. But believe it or not, you get your tax paper regularly to pay your taxes. And if you don't pay your taxes, you can bet your life they will be putting interest on your taxes for late payment. But you cannot get access to your land. Some of these lands, people have paid for them in full. Some of these lots, you only can sit down there now because the fire a couple of weeks ago burnt out these trees. So I can zoom in and give it to you. The fire that burnt out the area. You can see the trees left. If it wasn't for the fire, what you're going to see here is all bush, just like here. Right. But you have to pay your taxes, but no access to the lands. I've spoken about this numerous times. And instead of something being done about it, they get upset with the DJ. Now, you are going to sell people land. You are charging them taxes annually. Taxes are to maintain these areas. So why are these roads blocked up? Why aren't these roads clear? Senator Clark, this one is for you. You cannot be in office and taking care of just yourself. You got to remember, you were elected to take care of the people. I understand you're building in the area, and where you're building, you sure you got paved roads? Yes, for sure you have paved roads where you're building, but people want to build in their area as well that they paid for. So yes, my good people, these are residential areas in the White Gate area here. No maintenance, no roads maintenance, no access to lands that is paid for in full. Yep. Believe it or not, my good people, I just showed you the lamppost on that side where no access to the lands. Now let me zoom in here as well. Let's follow these lampposts. This is the road from this angle. See the lamppost going down the road there? All of that area, that's the road. No access. No access. That's supposed to be a road to get to lands in that area. And folks has been complaining to me. And folks has been going to the office to find out why they don't have access to their land and they pay taxes. This is the Labour government that we are dealing with. Yep, as you can see. Down below here is the old village estate. You see the old mill below there. Here's where my grandfather grew up. Here's where I grew up with my grandfather. Going to the beach, from the beach to the mountain. This estate here is now purchased by a private owner. And it's for sale. Let me give my boy Salo. Let me give my boy Salo some promotion here. Anyone interested? This is the old village estate here. It's for sale. Plug. Hopefully someone will see this live and come and get a hold of this lovely property. Yeah. You got a pool and everything there. Fruit trees, maca tree and them kind of stuff. Yeah, so I am back in St. Paul's, my good people. Back in St. Paul's, and I will end this live right here because the idea was just to give you a little update of St. Paul's area and the police station, what's going on with it. So, as usual, my good people, you know how the DJ do it. At this point in time, just want to thank you folks for logging on and sharing the live. The DJ is going to be out. See you at my next live. Also, see you tomorrow evening, 6 to 8 p.m. when I come live to give you the usual Wednesday evening podcast. Have a pleasant day.